welcome back to My Girlfriend's a Gal Anime Review Part 2. This one reviewing episodes 6 through 10 of the anime. And here's something interesting about these episodes. Each episode basically has, for episodes 6 and 7, they basically set up a plot thread that basically leads to episode 8. And then 9 and 10 is simply like the epic finale to all this. 6 is simply this. Basically, Juriichi wants to go visit Yakana's house. Okay, and invite everybody over. Basically, invite his furry friends, Yuri, Nanao. Of course, Ranko's gonna be there. And, well, yeah. First one to arrive is Juriichi, who comes over. Of course, he comes over almost right away, right after school. Doesn't get bothered. He does change. Though, of course, he sees Ukana's bedroom, and it's the first time he's ever actually been. Now, here's kind of the interesting thing. The only time her bedroom has technically been seen in the show, prior to this, has been in the closing credits. Yeah, this is the first time outside of the closing credits that her bedroom's been seen. And appearance-wise, it looks similar, aside from the whole girly stuff. It looks similar to his, basically, same kind of bed, stuff like that. So everybody comes over, they have some snack and crackers, of course her parents not around. They have a party to play the King's game. Now, this is the second time I've seen this game played in anime. The last time I saw this was an OVA for Fairy Tail. I think it was the last special Fairy Tail OVA released. It was a Christmas one. Though they call it basically be a king, be a master. You have to do whatever the number basically says. Yeah. It's a fun little thing. And of course, he kind of switches around. Then you'll say Yukana. But he ends up basically being the one who had to kiss the king. Which, yeah. Here's kind of the strange thing. His friends, when they come with the cosplay, in the case of the one with the glasses, he dresses up like Kiro from Sword Art Online for some reason, but doesn't carry his black sword he's known for carrying. But yeah, wears the outfit, including the black fingerless gloves. The other two, Minoru, he basically is normal. Keigo dresses up like he's going to a nightclub. Basically wear a silk purple shirt, the gold neck chain and shades, and of course nice pants. Yeah. And mostly put, it's pretty good. And of course it's a fun little thing. And of course they figure though, why am I going on a trip? We're going to summer vacation. Of course they hint at this episode. Let's go on summer vacation. And well, okay, we don't have any money. Here's a good idea. Get a job. Yep, so they all get their first job. Basically leading into the very next episode. Now, what are these characters' jobs? Well, all the girls in Juriichi work at a cosplay cafe, though he works in the kitchen. The girls basically dress in cosplay. Minoru works at daycare, which I think that was complete stupid for him to do, for him to apply for that. And Minoru and Sarah work at looks like a manga shop. Yes, a shop that sells manga. He basically works at a bookstore. And it's a pretty good episode. And there's a reference to SJW stuff in this episode. We don't get to it. Yeah. Minoru work at a daycare. That is by far the stupidest idea. And of course, the people who work there are very nervous. You see him basically interact with little girls. And I would not be surprised if he was fired for the inappropriate behavior he was showing to little girls. Because the man is a pedophile. Yeah, it would not be surprising if they had time skip. The man was probably serving time in jail for being a pedophile. Yep, and pretty much yeah, you don't see what he's doing except just talking to the little girls. Doesn't do anything really inappropriate to them. Though he talks in a very inappropriate way. Well, in the case of Tsuruchi and Kogo, you see them basically stocking shelves, and Tsuruchi basically smart. He not only gets the stuff stocked, gets stuff inventory, gets stock. Basically, he convinced himself basically to where the manager can step out for a bit where he runs the store, and he gets basically a talking to some of the employees. Well, I can tell he doesn't yell at them, but basically he tells them to do a good job, basically keep doing good work, stuff like that. What happens to Cosplay Cafe? Well, they basically hit of course, Yonka basically convinced that, well, he probably just, which was no, he just basically worked in the kitchen. So basically, the manager's like, okay, work in the kitchen. Everything was fine. Basically, just was very thing for cosplay, like a maid. And then the manager does something really really stupid. Apparently, the guy is into very erotic stuff. And here's something interesting though. Of course, the wait now three of the four girls had no problem with the customers. Yuri basically doesn't like her one customer who apparently has. Well, he basically, it's implied he wants to sleep with her. Yeah, I'm not going to say what the thing is. It's quite dumb, to say the least. And he says, okay, clean this. And he looks at it like, that's something my rag cannot clean up. Yeah, because he probably did that to himself. And then the manager does something really stupid. Basically, he's trying to convince the girls to read passages from erotic light novels to customers. Yeah, so look up Europe basically decides to off-screen contact the owner about this nonsense, and they all look at the light novels. Now, apparently, Junichi's probably read these light novels, and even he agrees this is completely inappropriate at all to do for a customer. Of course, when they reveal all this, yeah, they figure they're going to all get bonuses. Yep. So, she contacts the owner, and the owner gives the manager chewing out over this nonsense, like, okay, fine, we'll cancel the cosplay stuff for today. You'll have to read that stuff. And he says, and of course, your reviewer goes, but we still get the bonuses, right? And he says, yeah. And that was actually the last day, because they only worked there about a month. Yep, and then the very next episode, okay, where do they say they go for their trip? They go to the beach. Yes, the beach. Because of course, it's an anime. We gotta have a beach episode. Why not? Now Inuyasha technically did have an episode set at the beach, but without the swimsuits. In the case of my last short series I watched, which was Asuka Rogue Hero, that one did have a beach episode. Had the women basically wear nice smoking hot, very 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 awesome looking bikinis. This one, not much different. Yeah, everybody's wearing bikinis. And of course, Kogo basically is acting very appropriate. Yeah, I really don't like this. Not Kogo. Minnow. Yeah, he acts very appropriate to the little girls. I mean, he doesn't touch them inappropriately. He just basically suggested that he might do that. Yeah. Heck, he talks about the very next episode, which I thought was quite stupid. Yep, and they basically go in the water, splashing, and of course then pretty much they have him basically do something really nice. Putting suntan lotion on his girlfriend's back, also her friend's back as well, because she asked. Yep. The episode itself is actually it's a pretty fun episode to watch, the 8th episode of the series. 9 and 10 essentially put a two-parter that kind of, oh yeah, and also they go to a hot spring. Yeah, where there's a funny, like, break fourth wall joke, basically, because the guys want to peep on the girls. Oh yeah, and here's the thing, the girls are all completely naked. We see all four of their rear ends this episode. Why? Because it's a hot spring. We don't see full frontal nudity. We do see their butts. Yes. And of course, it's a scene where all the girls take turns basically groping each other's breasts. Because Renko started on it and everybody just tried to chime in because they felt like it. Heck, they even sit in front of the balcony completely naked, have the wind blow on their naked bodies. Yep. And so, Keigo, Santo, and Junichi basically come to peep on him, dressed up as members of the Self-Defense Forces. Junichi, of course, falls off a cliff. And Kogo, is he dead? No, he's the main character. We have 2 episodes left. Don't worry, he won't get killed off. We have like 2 episodes left. When I heard that, I'm like, really? Sorrento, you just broke the 4th wall. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. And then, of course, they get caught various traps. And of course, they get caught by the owner, the caretaker of the place, who's kind of like this show's version of Nick Fury. Well, the MCU Nick Fury, the black ball with eye patch, scars. Yeah, Nick Fury. Of course, Junichi is later found on the beach, and the girls basically put on their, let's say, their bathrobes, so they're coming out of the hot spring. Memento basically just hangs out in the water and thinks about little girls because he's a pedophile. Yep. And then the last 2 episodes end this particular season per se. I haven't heard anything if it's going to be their season yet for the series. So, Junichi meets an old friend of I keep forgetting the woman's name. Yukana. Yeah, meets an old friend of hers named Dai from middle school, and apparently he's jealous of her looks, jealous of his looks, and eventually they talk later, and he says something that she doesn't like, so she basically lives in a huff. So, next day he tries to apologize for what he said, gives a culture, and of course they kind of hang out later, and then of course the guys, so they go karaoke, chips and cheers up until he sees Yuta with Dai, that's the middle schooler, and then he basically says something to her and he leaves in a huff, leaving her basically heartbroken. So she contacts the other 4 female cast members of the series to talk at the cafe, which was last seen back in episode 4. Yes. So, Renko basically kind of figures out what she goes on. So she confronts Junichi at the cafe, and she proceeds to look like she's going to beat him up, but nope. And then Dai comes in, implying that he's going to have sex with Yuta, but also have her gang raped. And Junichi, as the sensible boyfriend, walks up to him and tells him, "Yeah, that's stupid. Don't do that." And basically, he takes the fight out. And of course, let's sell this outside. And of course, again, they fight, and then of course, Junichi's friends and Renko jump in and beat the living crap out of all of Dai's friends. Dai himself is first beaten up by Renko, and then Memento basically, because he attempts to run over a little girl, he basically hulks up. Yes, he hulks up, basically ruining his sleeves, and proceeds to beat the living crap out of Dai. Yeah. And they sell a picture later of the defeated guy. And then, of course, he makes amends with Yukana by going behind the school, basically saying, "Ask me to go over again." She agrees, and of course, he confesses, though, he really does love her. And they make up, and, they go on their date that they promised back in episode 8 to an amusement park. Yeah, it was suggested they go on a date to amusement park, when they do. I was kind of hoping they'd do this, and they did. Yeah, not the first series I've watched with you have 2 characters who like each other go to amusement park for a date. Yep, this also happened in the pilot episode of Case Closed. Yep, and though that particular theme park was seen frequently throughout the whole series, yeah, I think he popped in one of the movies. And they basically have some fun. They go to a photo booth, and it's probably going to kiss, but nope. And then, of course, Yukana basically, at the end of the day, while seeing some fireworks, see the park at night, she then kisses him. And he's very grateful for the kiss. And then the episode ends with basically him walking to school with all 4 of the female cast members of the series. First, with Yui, who talked in the previous episode, asked him, "Do you know anything about live streaming?" He's like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." Basically, yeah, this is the woman who they mentioned back in episode 4. That it was revealed that this online girl who was just chatting, yeah, this is actually her wearing a wig. And then the Now shows up, and then, of course, Renko and Yukana show up, and then Yukana and Junichi walk to school holding hands. Overall, it's a really good episode. A really good episode to end the season. Though there is an OVA, basically, that I'm going to review for part 3. But for the season itself, episodes are pretty good. One thing I do appreciate, though, about these episodes is that they got rid of... From what I could tell, they got rid of the whole stupid gag thing with the guy in black with a white stripe and underwear, and I got rid of that. I think that he popped up maybe once briefly, but yeah, if there's a season 2 for the show, do not bring this guy in because I never care about that at all. And the inner thoughts stuff, really, they toned that down, which I appreciate that because I never care for the inner thoughts that much, basically. Of course, he kind of overreacts to inner thoughts, but yeah, everything acts more naturally. Now, as for how far the series adapted to, I did look at the wiki site for this thing because that's what I normally do. Check and see how much they adapted for the series. From what I've heard, they actually adapted about the first 32 chapters for the series. That's pretty much it. But the wiki site didn't do that. Nope, it was suggested like I kind of figured out my character bios where they get the information from. That's kind of I figured where they adapted to about 32, 33. So, is there room for season 2? If they were to do one? Yes, there is. There is definitely room for season 2. If you're wondering how long the manga is for My Girlfriend is a Cow, it is currently, well, last time I read it was 90 chapters. And this series is publishing for 5 years. Yeah, about 5 years. And it's only produced about 90 chapters. Now, I think the series is either monthly or it's weekly. I can't really. It's not published by Weekly Shonen Jump. It's published. The manga for the series is published by Kadawa Shonen. That's basically published in Japan. Magazine here is basically, well, monthly Shonen 8. That's what it was. That's the magazine published in. Yeah. The last volume came out for the thing actually last month. Yep. That's when volume 10 for the series was released. Yeah. That's the only book, just the manga and anime. That's real, and of course the OVA. That's all there is for this series. Yep. Yeah, not much else to say about these episodes. Pretty good. So yeah, that's it for this particular review. I have 2 more reviews I'm going to do. Next one, of course, will be a review of the 2 newest chapters of Fire Force, and then after that will be newest chapter for One Punch Man. Okay, see you next video. Bye.